Everyone, sometimes games can truly surprise you, especially when they're made not by big developers. I would call those real gems. The quality can easily compete with the most well-known titles. Today, I'll tell you about such game. For I'm Cringelord, and this video is about Clair Obscur 33. First of all, I would like to say that this game is insanely beautiful. What's beautiful and art suit best to describe game world and design of Clair Obscur. Game is all about those concepts, and there's no need to say much more, but I'll say, it's rather rare to find a Western game where all female characters look beautiful, feminine and really attractive. Men also look good, but I'm into girls so I can't tell you much about it. Characters are well made. Well, they're a small bunch, 6 main characters and few villains overall, so no surprise here that they're nicely done. Monsters are way numerous, and don't look less cool. They are limited in quantity in locations and world, and if you'll clear them, then everything will start to be empty and lifeless. But luckily you can respawn most life forms. Locations look amazing too. No matter where you go, the views are stunning. I don't know how much effort they put into concept arts and their realization, but seems like a lot. Every place where you go is diverse in its design and looks great. You want forest? Here you go. You want a snow mountain location? Here you go. And main story locations are quite big in their size, which makes you think, damn, there are too many ways to go, which should I choose? Besides story-related locations, there are side locations. They're much smaller, but still look beautiful. Some of them are made to give you a quick peek at a beautiful place. The world map is rather big and very detailed, especially regarding content inside locations, which is really cool. To make things better, devs made beautiful animations, both in fighting and out of it. Mostly it's related to fighting, of course. Attacks, parry, dodge, all look spectacular. The only problem here for me was that the game is heavily stuffed with blur, and that leads to FPS drops and eyes getting tired. You turn it off and everything becomes better. Game runs more smoothly and looks way beautiful. Your eyes are less stressed.
Where do I go? And where do I go now? Hell, not again. Where should I go?
Battle system is the best experience of this game. Mix of Souls-like mechanics and turn-based RPG is genius idea. I've never played such games before and it's an amazing experience. Core of the game consists of several phases. Firstly, you travel over the map. Secondly, you travel through locations, and thirdly, you fight. First and second steps don't actually have much of a difference. You travel, you look for fights, sometimes you solve puzzles and side quests. This game has 2 sides of playthrough. The first one is when you go straight for the plot. Don't visit side locations, farm or upgrade much. That way, difficulty of the game stays considerably adequate, and boss fights feel like boss fights. But if you'll decide to go farm levels and upgrades, then you'll be able to annihilate most enemies, as if you are the one they're supposed to boss fight. You want to get stronger, just upgrade weapons, and if enemy is resistant, you'll be able to deal good amount of damage. Power balance is a bit weird, and it can make your experience easy and tiring depending on how you play. The whole fighting system changes throughout the game. There's drastic difference before Act 3 and after in how you'll have to set the way you fight. Before final chapter you'll be limited with 10k damage threshold. After it's removed, game becomes drastically different. Characters, skills, weapons, etc. You'll have to re-experience it to understand how to play in the late game. That's cool for veterans of gaming, but if you're a casual gamer, then it might be a bit problematic. There are 4 protection mechanics: parry, dodge, gradient parry, and jump. Last 2 are not often used and made to confuse you throughout battle. They all work pretty simple. You want more damage and playing risky, you go for parry. You want to play it safe, you go for dodge. Quite simple. All of the protection mechanics require you to be concentrated all the time, which makes it tiring to play for long hours without break. So take it slowly. As for enemies, adds are rather easy to deal with if you'll figure out what their weak element and spots are. Bosses are more complicated, and you will have to learn their animations to dodge and parry. Otherwise you won't last long, even on easy difficulty. The later game is, the longer fights get, and bulkier enemies become. Mastering parry also becomes a must. There's a certain problem with the resources in the game. You get plenty of weapons, but so few resources to upgrade them. You'll have to choose 1 or 2 for each character on which you'll concentrate, because ads and bosses require you to have 1 or 2 alternative weapons. The amount of upgrade stones is rather limited if you don't farm them, so you'll have to manage wisely. Despite everything, fighting is very spectacular and entertaining if you enjoy skill-dependent games.
Eyes up, person.
1 hour later.
Plot of the game is rather complicated. To tell things short, game is about people clinging to the past, grief, and a bit of life and death. But if being more detailed, you start as Gustav, a guy who is supposed to be part of the expedition to defeat Paintress, who is considered to be a local evil god. Everyone is on timer. There is a tree with numbers symbolizing age. Every time it changes, people of the age above die. During preparation of the expedition, you'll meet main characters Mael, Loon, and Ciel. Then the tragic scene goes, and the expedition starts. And everything begins with landing at the beach where the whole team gets instantly attacked. Gustav panics, then gets saved, then panics again, then gets attacked, then everything goes blank. Somehow he survives, like he could not, unlike some of his fellow mates. He wakes up in a safe place, and that's how the story starts. During prologue and first 2 chapters, very few things are explained. You'll be kept in the dark until chapter 3. You would expect questions to be answered, but instead you'll get more questions regarding plot. When chapter 3 comes, everything is explained instantly. I would say this is a rather risky strategy of telling the story, because lack of understanding of things that are going on confuse you, at least to some point. Authors try to mix way too many genres in one story. Clair Obscur tries to be drama, comedy, thriller, and whatnot. Personally, it doesn't work really well. Like the beginning of the story starts really serious and grim. People are going to war, life and death situation. Things get scary when they arrive. Then, all of a sudden you meet brush people, who behave like kids. Same goes for characters. They're serious at one point of time, then they behave like they're on a school trip at another point of time. It makes it difficult to sympathize with them due to that, especially when things are set grim and dark at the start. I would assume that it's a way to demonstrate light and shadow, since Clair Obscur is kinda translated that way. Choosing a more concrete genre and a way of telling a story would work way better. Authors haven't tried to explore topics game could potentially deep dive into. I would say that the most outstanding are eternal life, grief, and a bit of life and death. And I guess that concludes it. This moral dilemma at the end of the game whenever some should leave or cease to exist. But game is more of a fairy tale type than something serious and profoundly philosophical. Still, rather interesting plot that's good to get through once. If you like that kind of stuff, you'll enjoy it. There are few side quests. They're not very interesting, just a bit of simple tasks. Go there, find something or kill someone, followed by a bit of dialogue and rewards. Nothing special, made for the sake of imitating side quests. Almost forgot, romance options, Luna and Ciel. Both girls are great, so you won't make a mistake choosing one of them. I personally went with Lune. Well, $50 it is again. What's with that number being so popular? Anyway, for that price you get long game. Yeah, save file will tell you that you played 35-40 hours, but you will spend way more. Game is not 10 out of 10, but really good one and probably will compete with other projects for the title of the Game of the Year. Clair Obscur performs good in all aspects: gameplay, story and game world. So you won't be disappointed if you'll decide to play. This RPG is centered around a group of heroes instead of one, and telling you their story. Some of course will outperform others, especially the one that often says "Mon ami." Gem of the game is an innovating fighting system which feels Souls-like mechanics and turn-based RPG. No wonder that the game got so much hype around it. Design of battle system in the game is not ideal. Depending on how you play the game, your experience will vary. Chill story walkthrough may get things difficult. Exploration of every single place can make you a local god. Resource management and power cap are a bit questionable but passable. There's a certain way to break the game. Not completely, of course. You can go to high-level locations, explore them without fighting, just kiting monsters and stunning them with a shot. That way you can grab pictos and upgrade stones without wasting too much time on fights. If you will overdo it, then game will start to seem easy. If you don't like Souls-like games or don't have much patience, then this game might not be the best choice for you. Better check out walkthrough on YouTube. That will save you time and nerves. If you're up to the challenge, then definitely give it a try. I thank you for watching, and I would like to ask you, have you played this game? What do you think about it? Did you like the battle system? Let me know in the comment section below. I fare you well, and I'll see you in the next video.